But Commissioner Noonan had her hand up a long time ago.
Well, sort of, Tom raised it in a question, and I was going to mention this, that one of the things, we're talking a lot about the coordination of all the money so that it makes sense that we can use it to help promote the growth of, and training of the workforce. So one of the things I want to remind people, you asked the question, where are we going to go find some of this money, is that just to keep in mind that, there's been limited amounts of state general fund money. Dan talks about some of the challenges, for the system, the state educational system, coming through. But we also do have, the federal funds up here that I want to remind people they're attached to actual individual Vermonters. That, if we can help move, and you work with us sometimes on this, but some people here might not know that, but, we've got the federal funds that actually accrue to the individual affected workers. So if they are a dislocated worker in Vermont, they're categorized as such in the federal government as a dislocated worker, a trade-adjusted worker, an at-risk youth, a low-income Vermonter who might qualify under WIA adult. And there's lots of different categories. Bogri has federal dollars that come to them to work with people with employment barriers, disabilities, and other employment barriers. So there's a lot of places in Vermont, a lot of the state agencies, human services, and obviously the U.S. Department of Labor give us a lot of money. So when you're thinking about an apprenticeship and all of that, if you're thinking about, okay, so how do you, for example, which is your example, think about putting a program together where you potentially could bring some of these people, the 31,000 people that Matt put up on the screen before us, sort of disengaged or challenged, employment challenged folks. A lot of those people are going to fall under some of those categories, and they actually have money attached to them as a workforce. Pat Elmer's folks with the Mature Worker Initiative and all of that. So part of what we have to think about is, take a program idea and work with, the groups that have, the folks that get some dollars to say, okay, if we can put together a training, how can we move people who have money tied to them individually for drivers, because that's what it's about, it's getting them reemployed, driver training money. So if we're focused on populations who themselves have dollars, that's one way to do this. And I know that, it helps for employers, and some of the, Chris and I were talking, Mayor Larson, we were talking earlier today, with Rutland, as a second largest city in the state, has had some, a fair amount of unemployment issues coming up. And so I'm reaching out with the blessing of the mayor about a national emergency grant for Rutland, and the whole focus thinking about, small employers, can we figure out ways that they have common interest for some training needs, whether it's, maybe hospitality or retail, or we go to the manufacturers, or we can basically say maybe all these, smaller employers have, one job here, two jobs there, and they maybe won't make that leap of faith, but as a consortium, would they say, okay, let's pull people in, let's use the federal dollars, let's target those populations, dislocated workers, trade workers, put them all together, and train for the employers in this sector. And similarly, I think that's what we're talking about. So one of the things I want to say is, it can work for the, we can work it with the adult tech centers, the career centers, the private or non-for-profit training organizations, CCV, Vermont State College, BTC, all of them. We can really be thinking strategically and not reinventing the wheel. So that's part of the thing. If some have great programs running, let's start driving towards the programs that exist. We don't want to spend the money necessarily on the infrastructure. We want to spend the money on the people, on the jobs, and getting the employers who say, I've got 10 openings, and if I could, which we heard, if they only do this skill, I would hire all 10 people. Let's train them. We have dollars. We just got to work together to get the dollars together for the employers who have the openings.
We're at the end of our time. I just want to say that we have sought to do some foundational work in these first two meetings. We'll likely do some additional foundational work, but we will be starting to move into a more robust process of looking at how can we actually address some some of the more significant issues that have been raised in a number of different ways. How we do that, first of all, I want to say that my old hat as a legislator, I could just say to somebody, give me this information. I pick up the phone or just say, send it to me. I now get to say to you, any question you have, any way remotely related to workforce, what is the demographics, anything, let us know and we will get the answer to you one way or the other. And you can just start emailing us with those questions. We'll also start following up and giving you an opportunity to give input on how we might proceed as a group. This is a new venture, having so many. We have 60 people here for a reason, and that is that unless everybody in the room can actually come to some consensus on a strategy, we're never going to get where we want to go. We've been struggling. We've stayed siloed for far too long in this state, and we want to change that equation. We are so grateful to our panelists, we don't know where we'd be without these institutions serving us. We want to assist you in thriving and not just maintaining, but really taking things to another level. And our economists, we are very grateful to you, and they get to do most of the hard work when you ask the questions that they put to them. But I'm not kidding about that. And everything from at the policy level to what can you do for me, and how I have this problem, how are you going to help me solve that problem? And we're really serious about that. So you're here for a reason. You've been very hand-selected, all of you, because you have a lot of experience and background, and we need that. Government alone does not solve this problem, as you all know. So thank you very much. We'll let you know really right away the next date so that we'll have as much advance notice. We're putting our team together to be responsive to such a big group. It's a new venture for us. All right, Coffee, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For your help.